The Bride is directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal and tells the story of Frankenstein, who is trying to find himself a female companion. He asks a scientist named Dr. Euphronius to create one. Out of curiosity, and Frankenstein, out of necessity, they dig up the grave of a recently deceased woman in order to reanimate her. However, this procedure does not guarantee a perfect result, and to no one's surprise, the experiment creates the bride, who is as unpredictable as the weather in March. Jesse Buckley and Christian Bale are fantastic in this movie as the monster couple. Their performances are excellent. Once their characters get to know each other, they develop a chaotic and explosive relationship that causes some serious collateral damage in 1930s Chicago and New York, both of which are beautifully recreated by the production team. Everything in this movie looks great. I also enjoyed soundtrack, which did not disappoint throughout the film. Peter Sarsgaard and Penelope Cruz played two detectives who are investigating murders involving our famous couple. In my opinion, these two characters were the weakest part of the movie. They were dull, and their impact on the story was so small that I kept wondering why the film focused on them for so long. I understand that side characters can sometimes provide a necessary break in the story, but honestly, I would rather watch a blank screen for 5 minutes than watch these two investigate the case. Penelope's character Myrna is trying to advance her career in a field that is dominated by men. That is essentially her only motivation. The other detective is called Jake, and his main trait seems to be that he is constantly eating in every scene he appears in, like fucking Brad Pitt. And that's basically it. Yes, he is technically a plot device, but I promise you that by the end of the movie, you won't care about that at all. There is also a crime boss that appears in a scene where he kills one of his underlings. That character was not interesting either. Overall, the movie felt like a mix of genres like monster movie, a body cop story, and gangster themes. Unfortunately, none of them really worked for me. Not long after the bride is brought back to life, at around the 25-minute mark, I started losing interest with every passing scene. Despite the strong performances from Christian Bale and Jesse, there wasn't a single scene or character moment that truly stood out to me. I kept hoping the movie would grab my attention again, especially during the final 30 minutes, but I ended up being disappointed by the underwhelming third act. Even though I commend Maggie Gyllenhaal for trying something different, I still cannot recommend this movie since I simply did not have good time watching it. If you've seen the movie, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.